Good evening, members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. How's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody's doing great. Tonight, we're just having a spiritual talk, uh, and my message to you is stay spiritually strong daily, brother and sisters. It's early in the morning. Uh, Hope everybody's doing great. For those listening in on Facebook, we stream YouTube, and for those who follow my Shoro TikToks under HCS895. I'm going to share this. I don't know how long I'm going to go live tonight, but I will share this real quick to some of the groups that I share with. Okay. How you doing, Andres Carizales? How you doing tonight, brother? Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yes, you know, everything I do, brother and sister, brother, or whoever's here tuning in, you know, I've been maintaining my Heavenly Love Foundation. I did my workout earlier. I went to an early appointment, so I had a long day. Um, but yes, uh, sometimes you just have to listen to people to see and reach out and help. And the way you do that is through a love foundation, brothers and sisters. Because sometimes the enemy, right, the unseen enemy, not that it's in the individual, but the unseen enemy doesn't want you to reach out to an individual that might be going through something, or that they have bonded, or has some kind of control over them, right? And that's why it's important to use the love foundation, and of course prayer. If y'all heard the prayer I did at the end, it was for everybody that was viewing and for everybody that was on the show. I prayed for everybody. Yeah, it brings back memories of everything that I've been through in my life, or what I've gone through and I had to overcome spiritually. And I know the feeling being that way, where you really don't say too much to nobody because people don't understand what you're going through. Uh, but I understand because I've been there. And sometimes those things that are upon people trying to keep them confused or keep them bonded, they don't want them to open themselves spiritually to anything, so they can have control over them. But if I believe I was there for a reason tonight, and I have no hatred towards none of my brothers and sisters. The only thing I have is love towards everybody, no matter what situation they're going through. Right? Supposed to have love for one another. How you doing, Sister Monica Davis? I say, let me do it live. I don't know how long I'm gonna go. I know cousin Jesse's normally here with me, but I know he's tired. So, how you doing, real MMA? I know there's dark shadow spirits that he's talking about, because you know, they showed themselves to me numerous times, and you know, I not just didn't have to fight for myself, but when you see these dark shadow figures going into people's homes, you know, you got to warn people of what's happening because you're seeing it, you know, because you have the spiritual gift or they're showing themselves to you. So you try to warn people that a dark shadow figure or a disembodied spirit is going into their homes, but nobody's listening because they're not seeing it because they're asleep at nighttime. You know that sometimes people get scared because of the way you describe it, because you're describing, you're trying to help them, you're describing what you're seeing. So then the people, you know, they'll say, there anything here? A tie banner because Jesus Christ's name. I seen how it got dark all of a sudden around me. So if there's anything that came inside my home while I took my dog outside, you're not welcome here. Uh, take authority over you in Jesus Christ's name. Leave my home. You're not allowed here. Leave. Uh, but in saying that, you know, I try to help those individuals, and you know, they're like, hey, they complained and said that I was scaring them, but I was just trying to help them. And then not even 2 months or a month from when the day that I told them of these things going into their homes, and to me, they're evil, you know, like as in energy vampires of some sort or succubus or incubuses that they target the elderly because most of these people that what happened was see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 homes that lived right beside me. Everybody was found dead in their homes. Uh, each 5 of them were found dead in their beds, and one was found dead on their recliner. And the only thing that they said that they died in their sleep. That's what was said. But I believe is dark energies drain their energy, drain their spirit because that's what they do. You know, they're like soul reapers, energy vampires, whatever you want to call them. They have the ability to drain a spirit just like they drain the equipment when you go trying to investigate the drain your battery power out of your cell phone, camcorder, or equipment. That's what they do. They drain energy. And I lost some good people, some people that were very good to me. That were my neighbors. That there's nothing that I could do to help them, even though I try to fight them as they were coming towards the homes when I lived in Elms Grove. And I was trying to fight them spiritually, but at that time I still had that unforgiveness that I was speaking of. I didn't know I had unforgiveness. I mean, who's going to remember unforgiveness when you're in 5 year in fifth grade? Who's going to? I mean, who's going to remember that? That's hard to remember, right? Uh, but once I forgave that individual, there wasn't even a month of living because he was already deceased. All the things changed for me in a positive way. But I understand about the dark spirits, dark shadows that show themselves. Yeah, I know what they do, and they're trust me, they're not your friends. The only thing that they dislike mankind, and the only thing they want is to destroy, or should I say, collect the souls of people. You know, that dislike mankind. I've seen them, encountered them, fought them spiritually. How you doing, the Cryptid Commission? How you doing? Uh, the something Vixen Sexy says mental health is a scam, persecution for religion, but science. There's a lot of things that are a scam, even dealing with science and doctors. You know, I believe it's within us to overcome anything. It's within us. If somebody tries to feed you some bad news or try to say something bad towards you, like for example, it could be a doctor tells you you have a major ailment, that you're fixing to have a stroke, a heart attack, or something of that nature. And if you're believing what the doctor is telling you, then there's a spiritual opening for something in that severity to happen to you. What I do when I go to the VA and they tell me all this kind of bad news, I let it go in one ear, out the other, and I tie bind and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name, because it's not up to what they're telling me. It's up to the Heavenly Father of whether He's going to need me anymore, whether He needs me to continue to do the works that I do or not. It's up to Him. And, I know He exists because He helped me overcome this dark shadow figures, or you want to call them demons, or the Legion, or, whatever names people want to name them. I overcame them spiritually. That's why I created this group. It used to be called Positive Spiritualists, but I named it Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I was one of the first guys that brought the spiritual aspect into the cryptid community. One of the first episodes that I ever did was Dogman Encounters, episode 53. On that episode, I'll talk about the time frame of when I had my encounter was between 3 or 4 in the morning, and to me, that would be kind of like the demonic hour. And I was trying to tell Mr. Vic Cundiff of what I seen or what I dealt with was what I believed was more demonic in nature because of the time frame. So, I would capture evidence, pictures, and stuff like that because I was using my spiritual senses to feel the energies that were around me, which I was able to capture pictures and you've seen I created short reels of all the times I go investigate. That's good, brother. Yeah, and you know what? I have nothing against anybody. I just know that when somebody's going through somebody, and it was pretty heavy, and as brothers and sisters in Christ, when somebody's going through something, we can't turn our backs on them. We're supposed to be there to assist them spiritually, just like when we pray to the Heavenly Father. He's not gonna turn his back on us. He's gonna be there to protect us and defend us. At 5:15. So where you at, Cryptic Commission? Where do you where's let me see, 2 hours delay? I don't know if you're ahead of me or behind. But yeah, I mean, just by when I was talking, I can't remember his name, but I could see that he was going through a lot. I could feel the heavy presence there. That's why I told him to hit me up on Facebook, and I want to make him a friend because I want to communicate with him, and help him out. I understand what he's going through because I've been through it. Vixen says, "What is New Earth shifting? I feel it physically. Please explain. I need support." I've never. I don't know. But any dip. Yeah. I don't know about the Earth shifting or anything like that. But what I've seen is, when you hear about there's a unseen spiritual war happening here on earth, it's here because I've seen it. I've got pictures of where I capture when I go out there. They're on ground. They are boots on ground, or should I say, spiritual boots, right? Because they're disembodied form. They're in disembodied form on ground, and I've seen them. I've captured them. I got show reels, and for those that tune in here, I've shared a lot of show reels, and if you want me to, I'll share some more tonight. I think I was talking about the one where if Dip is here, I can show a picture of when I got ambushed in Elms Grove, where I was early in the morning, like around 6 in the morning. The sun was barely coming up, and I was walking, and I felt a lot of heaviness on me that I got dropped to my knee. As I'm on my knee, my head gets pressed down to my chest. I feel a lot of weight on me, and my arms are getting pulled back. And I said, God help me. When I say God help me, He knows my spirit. He knows my what's in me. When I was saying God help me, I meant the Heavenly Father. When that happened, all that heaviness that was on me got lifted off of me. And I do got a picture of it. If y'all want to see it, uh, that's why I wanted to see a Dip. Anybody knows Dip to tell him I'm live. I wanted to show him a picture so he can know that I understand what he's going through. The only thing I can tell him is that this dark shadow spirits are not our friends. Uh, they ambushed me and they came in numbers. Uh, and that's who I was fighting spiritually in Elms Grove. So I'm going to share that picture so y'all can see what I'm talking about. It felt like a lot of heaviness on me. You know, when we talk about the DDN, the disembodied demonic Nephilim. These are the spirits of those disembodied demonic of the Nephilim. What was left of them was their spirit, which is, I'm not going to say they're demonic because they was created by the Watchers, but the Watchers went against God, so in a sense of where they became demonic. So they're like something of that nature, right? Because they have the abilities, like they're those that created them. You know, the even the women that gave birth to them changed form. Some turn into harpies and some turn into sirens, but they're here amongst us in spirit form. And I got a picture to share with y'all. I think I got it on my of this beings that he's, you know, how Brother Dip was talking about the shadow figures, right? Well, I got a picture of them, and if he is making some kind of they're making some kind of contact with them, it's because of those openings. If you're here listening, Brother Dip, you need to close those openings of belief. Don't give them power, because you give them power, they're going to take that and run with it, and they're going to have domain over you. Don't give them power of fear, and don't anger, don't have hatred, but forgive. Have forgiveness in your heart and a love foundation. You know, that's what I really wanted to say on the show a lot on the show, but there was a lot of people talking. I know what you're going through. They'll pretend to be your friends, but they're not your friends. They, like I said, because they were Nephilim one time, so they dislike all of humanity. When they were in the Nephilim, they were destroying all of God's creation. So they dislike us because we're God's creations. So I'm just here to tell you that you can overcome them through a Heavenly Love Foundation and forgive, because that'll make your Heavenly Love Foundation that much stronger, and have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Give it a shot. Have a relationship with him, and he'll show you the way. And then you know that he does exist. And this dark shadow figures, they're going to flee from you because the Jesus Christ is going to bless you. I'm just saying, I'm going to share a picture so you can see that I'm not just talking to talk. I'm talking because I've experienced it. So here, I'm going to go get this picture real quick and share with you all, brothers and sisters, here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Let me see if I got YouTube. I should have YouTube here. I guess I'm not logged in on YouTube. So let me get to. Okay. Here we go. Thank you for those that are tuning in right now. I'm going to share the picture of when I was struggling, when I was fighting spiritually for my life in Elms Grove. I'm going to get the picture where I got ambushed. But I'm see if this is even a good picture of it. No. Let's see what this is. So I have a picture here, but this doesn't show the full picture of what I went through, and that's YouTube. It takes away from the actual picture. Let me see if I can find it through. It's just running weird right now. So let me go back to y'all. Yeah, tell it to go away, brother. Cryptic Commission, tell it to go away. Tell it it's not welcome. Take authority over the Jesus Christ's name and tell it to leave your home, that it's not welcome. You have to take authority over it in Jesus Christ's name. Tell it to leave. Tell it it's not welcome. You gotta stay spiritually strong when you do this with no fear, no matter what manifestation it takes or what sounds that it makes. You have to take authority over it. That's just your home. Tell it to leave your house. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to find the picture through, I guess, through Messenger, because I'm not happy with how the show reel shows it. Let me see something here. Man, I just got so many pictures here. Let me see if I can scan to it to find the photo. It's definitely something going wrong with my internet here. The thing is spinning crazy. How you doing, Juan Avila? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's acting strange. Uh, I'm trying to get. Let me just send it through my phone. Let me try to do that. Yeah, it's acting strange. Like I tried to go to Messenger and just spinning crazy on. It's like not letting me on there. So I'm gonna go to my photos, see I can find a picture to share it with y'all. I found the picture, brothers and sisters. I'm trying to find the clearer picture, the how it looks, the like it normally looks, uh, but it's not. Let me see here. Okay, there you go. That'll work too. Okay, I found it. What can I do outside my house? See, I should tell it to go away. I consider it part of furniture at this point. Those things, if you have a spiritual opening, they don't care if you have a Bible, because if you have a spiritual opening, the Bible is just it's the book, right? Where it's got things within the Scripture. But if you have a spiritual opening, it doesn't matter you have a Bible, doesn't matter you have a holy water in there, uh, doesn't even matter if you have crosses on your doorways, or if you have a spiritual opening to sin. It's got you know, a way in, because it goes through spiritual jurisdiction. So it's important to find out what spiritual opening you might have in order to stop the things that are happening inside your home. How you doing, Sister Madeline? So I'm going to share the picture with y'all. I found it. Yeah, I wish what's the name was here. Dip was here, so I can show him. I have a lot of pictures of this shadow things this dark shadows that he's talking about. So let me share it with y'all. What happened here? Okay, there's the day that I got dropped to my knee. That I said, God help me. This is one of the images of it. I guess when I fell down to my knee, and I said, God help me. I had my phone in my hand, and I guess I accidentally took a picture when I fell down to the ground. I was able to get up after I felt the heaviness leave me, and I stumbled the way to as I went back home. I cut through some of the mobile home park through in between mobile homes just to make it home faster. In which when I got home, I lost I lost all my energy and I was out cold all day from 6 in the morning to like around 7 at night. All my energy had been zapped. As you can see, this one, you can see like a skeleton face on this one right here. And of course, there's so many of them that are around me. I'll look at the comments in a moment. I have I put a different filter to see if I could see a different outlook of it. I guess that would be too dark, but that's how that would look. When we talk about dark shadow figures, well, how would a dark shadow figure look like? Well, they would look like smoke, or when people we talk about smoke, they talk about elementals. Then you talk about disembodied, which means spirits. So if they're evil, there will be black smoke or black spirits. As you can see here, I'm surrounded by them. This is just in front of me. There were some on top of me and some behind me. That of course, I couldn't capture them, but there were many around me, and it had to take me to say, "God help me," to get for me to be freed from the spiritual attack that was upon me. So yeah, they I guess you could say it was a spiritual ambush. They wanted me out of the equation. So I'm just showing this to y'all. Dip, that I know what you're talking about. Just gave it a little bit of color there. But they're there. No, that's a good one right there. Okay, got Walkers with Bear, real MMA. So I just wanted to share that image with y'all. That I understand where Dip is coming from, because I've been through it. I've been fighting spiritually against these things. Yeah, and when you make contact with them, one of the things they do, one of the things that can happen to you, brothers and sisters, you start having a lot of anger within you, because that's what they're about. Have a lot of anger. Uh, you start being hateful. Bad thoughts come to your mind because they're bringing those bad thoughts to your imagination, right? Because they find a spiritual opening to attack. So they come at you in numbers, as you can see in the picture right there. There are many in this picture because they come in numbers. There we go. We can do it like that. So, what do you think about the picture, brothers and sisters? This happened to me, I would say, like in 2005 or 2006, when I got attacked by this. Some people call this the jinn, right? I call them disembodied demonic Nephilim, but yeah, I got attacked on that day by that many. which were many. But thank God that He came and assisted me spiritually, and that I'm still here. So, Dip, if you're here, I understand where you're coming from. I'm just here to tell you that this dark shadow figures that are here, and they're here during early in the morning, during the day. Behind them is the road. If you look to the left, you can see a chain link fence. There's a curb right there to the left. You can see the curb over there to the right. That's where I was walking, doing my exercise. Trying to do something positive to build my leg up at that time, and I got ambushed. They were trying to stop me from. They were trying to stop me from doing what I was doing, which was bettering myself. I was walking like 20 miles a day, so they decided to ambush me. Uh, Luckily, I didn't forget my faith. I didn't forget the Heavenly Father, and I call upon Him to assist me. But you see the one that's right there, the one I pointed out, looks like a skull, like a face of a skull. You know, death, reapers. That's what those were, reapers, trying to come and attack me. Destroy me. But I overcame them. I'm still here. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for blessing me to be here with my brothers and sisters. Yeah, I'll show it by itself. So I could, well, and I think it showed it better this way. Is it? Well, there you go, like that. See, there's different ones, and then I seen some other ones in the woods, but this one's came in numbers. It talks about in the Bible about the void. That there's a void in the sky. That these dark things come out of the void in the sky. Boy, if you look at them, they look like little tornadoes, right? If you really look at them, when a tornado forms, it's got the tails of the tornado. When it's gonna land, you could see. Let me get to there. You can see the tails here of like if it was the tip of a tornado that they're falling, they're coming from the sky, right? The tips, but then there's some that are right in front of me, right to the side, in front here. There were some that were on top of me, some behind me. But if you pay attention to this picture, in which I might blow up, you can see a face of a skull here, which they're like reapers. You see the skull right here. This picture is from Elms Grove Estates. Let me see. Onslow, your steps and they scratched my bedroom window one night, sounded like nails on a chalkboard. Yeah, they'll do that. They'll tap. First, they'll tap. They'll tap 3 times, like your window or the side of the wall, and you hear a tapping sound. They'll do 3 tapping sounds. That's what it normally starts, because they want you to believe it's something, right? So maybe one night you might hear a tapping sound 3 times. And then if you don't take authority over it that evening, the following day you're not going to hear 3 taps. You're going to hear 3 knocks. If you don't take authority over it in Jesus Christ's name at the time, the following day you're going to hear 3 bangings. Boom, boom, boom. So basically, if you take authority over it when it's just tapping, and you say you're not welcome here, leave, you prevent from everything else to happen. The knockings and the bangings. Yeah, it's laughing. Let's show the skull again. Let me take a screenshot of it so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Let me do a close up of that face. Here's what I'm gonna do. We'll do a close up of the face. Uh, oh yeah, I got that. I'll show you that one. Just like what happened to me here this evening, there was one right in front of me, made the room dark. Then it took off. That's why I prayed and said, "I bind and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name." Let's do that short reel right there that Elastic Machinery is talking about. Yeah, we can go to that one too. Uh, I can share that one also. The one that the Elastic Machinery point placed up there. The short reel. Let me see. I can get it for y'all. Yep. Let me get it for y'all real quick. Okay. And this was inside the house. There you go. This is on regular speed right here. Place. I'm gonna.
Hey, brothers and sisters. Your health is staying physically active. You don't have to lift a lot of weights. You don't have to go for long runs. So long you're doing something. Oh, y'all seen that, brothers and sisters? Something is pissed off. So they like. I know y'all seen that. I just seen like a dark shadow figure pass right in front of me, and it went past me by the light. Your health is staying physically active. You don't have to lift a lot of weights. You don't have to go for long runs. So long you're doing something.
All right. Let's go to. I think I have a short reel. I have a slower version of it. Let me see. I can find it. A slower speed of that video too. The slow motion version of it. Here's a slow motion of it. There it went. Gonna make this bigger. It's pretty big. mean, you've seen it move pretty fast. It moved fast and it's huge. That's no different than when I go investigate out there in the woods. They're massive. If I were to go investigate right now, I would capture eye shine. Uh, but they would look like a dark shadow. But I would capture eye shine if I were to go out through the woods. But normally they're in numbers, so it's I wouldn't go right now. I would have to be spiritual ready to go out there and do an investigation at nighttime. Normally go by myself when I do this investigations. I don't take nobody with me. So yeah, I was recording in my house and he just passed right in front of me. I believe when I started this video, it got dark here and I had to take authority over what the guy just took my dog outside to use the restroom. I came back and I started the video, and then all of a sudden it just gets dark all around me, just like there. And I said, "Whatever's here, welcome here, leave." Ty Bunny rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. Let me try to work on that face real quick. Okay, here we go. I think I sent the picture of the skull. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me go to it first. Get out of here. This screen. There it is. So this the skull that was on there. Could be a reaper. Here we go. It's right here. Let me know what y'all think about that. A reaper, death. There we go. What do you think about that? That's the face. Yeah, it looks like it's smiling too. I think I'm behind on the comments. Let me catch up. Yes. You remember that episode, Walking with Bear? Yeah. Yeah, that guy, he had all kinds of negative attachments when we prayed for them that day. Sometimes we get tested through other people that might have that are going through something, or there's negative attachments that are around them trying to confuse them. You know, they put them in our path just to see what we're gonna do. So you know, I already know what I have to do, which I did. You know, remain with my Heavenly Love Foundation, and of course, use love to awaken the person that is being deceived by this dark shadow figures. Yeah, I do have an old picture, and it was a day that I have an old picture of something that looks like, but it's the picture is not that good, but it looks like a reaper that is pissed off because uh, the day before there was a flood where I lived, and the water had rose, and a lot of mobile homes got underwater. And then we could see a Mustang out there by the tree line, like it was by the tree line. Once you pass the tree line, it was probably most likely go into the creek. So one of my nephews went to go check it out, and then they said, "Hey, what's?" They said the name. His name was Frank. So he's trapped in there. He's trapped in there. So we go over there. It was four of us. I told him to grab the back, and I lifted the front. You know, because it was underwater. He was like, his water was all the way up to his nose. He was trying to break the window. He was a big man, but he couldn't. So I told him to relax, you know, and we started taking the vehicle a little bit inch at a time to higher ground. I remember the police and the fire department uh, were telling us to leave the vehicle alone, right? I just told them, let's keep on moving it. And they keep on telling us that if we don't leave the vehicle alone, that they're going to arrest us. So we took it to higher ground, regardless of what they were saying. They didn't want to come down the hill where the water was. Where we were, the water was up to chest level. We finally got them to higher ground, and the police were coming like they're going to arrest us. And we opened the door, and nothing but water came out, and the man came out of the vehicle. And they're like, and I looked at them and I told them, F y'all, you know. So what good are y'all being here if you're not going to help out somebody that was drowning over there? We just saved a man's life. Well, the following day, I went back after the water resided, and I was taking pictures. As I was taking pictures, I could feel somebody looking at me, right? And when I snapped the picture, Brother Swing said, I didn't think nothing of it. You know, I was just taking pictures of like damage and stuff like that. When I got home, I seen like something looking at me like it's pissed off, you know. Looks like a reaper, but it's an old picture. I will have to find it to share it with y'all. How you doing, Primo Gilbert? So here it is, like a face of a skull or a reaper, or the smiley man. Some people might call it the smiley man. But yeah, I got ambushed that day. there were many. So let me take that out of the way. Let me see. Oh, you tired? You gotta get some rest, primo. Let me see if I can find that old picture I'm talking about. I can find it. Let me find it for y'all. Elastic machinery set to check. Messenger. Let me get this picture downloaded first. I want to show you the regular picture with no filters or nothing, so y'all can see the activity that would happen there. Let me somebody let me look at what yeah, that looks freaked out. Lots of activity in the picture, elastic machinery. How you doing, brother Lawrence? So let me show you the picture of the day after we saved that man from drowning in Elm Grove Estates. Let me. Send it to me. Here we go. Let me share this picture. Mind you, it's an old picture from a camera. This is like a from 2011. The camera I had, I don't know, but just check it out. Let me share it with you. See if I can send it to y'all. We'll see. Okay, I need to get out of here first. All right, here we go. Check that out, y'all. This is the first time I ever show it here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. A Grim Reaper. Look at the skull right here. That's the skull. Y'all seen it firsthand here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I think this is the first time I've ever shared this photo. I mean, I've shown it, but never shared it here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Here's the skull face right here. And it's sitting here Indian style by the swing sets. Back here looks like a native spirit of a woman also. Lots of activity in this picture. Let me go to the comments. Y'all tell me what you think about that, about this photo that I'm sharing with y'all. This was captured a day after we saved a man's life. And you know, when I snapped the picture, because I seen it there sitting there like it was pissed off. I mean, it was literally pissed. And I literally seen it with my eyes that it was sitting there pissed off. I went into prayer and I snapped a picture of it. I did, but when I initially seen it, I could see the full body because I was, how should I say, I was further this way, it's in between the swings. But then I was able to capture it in an angle right there. But yeah, what do you think about that? Look at that! Look at that! The skull face here. Do you think this could be a possible shapeshifter skinwalker? And you see it looks like a native woman over here. What do you think about this? Look at the face, it's a skull. Sockets. That's the mouth. Okay, let me go back to y'all. For those that are tuning in, yeah, it's that Reaper or possible shifter skinwalker was sitting Indian style, sitting down there Indian style. Yeah, it's an old picture, you know, and I just never I haven't worked on it or nothing. You know, that picture I have them in the old account, an old Facebook account. But there was like one of the pictures that kind of like stood out the most of the activity that happens there in Elms Grove. You know, I mean, it's literally you could see the skull. You know, it's white. Yeah, it's clear as day. Maybe I can work on the picture to give it a little bit more color or whatever. But I mean, that's just the natural color, you know. But you can see the skull. And the feeling when I was there was not a good feeling. It's like all my hairs were standing up and stuff like that. I think it was mad because, like I said, we saved the man's life. If we wouldn't have reacted, most likely the man's vehicle, where it was at, it would have been taken into the creek, and the creek would have taken him. Uh, but we saved his life. He was a Vietnam veteran also. Uh, He was a Vietnam vet, and we saved his life. He was crying. When you don't know you're gonna live or you're gonna make it or not. I mean, he was underwater. He was there for a while, so he was traumatized. We saved him, and after that, he sold his home and moved out of there. He didn't want to do nothing with that park. Matter of fact, he moved to Houston. He did have a lot of health issues, so I don't know if he's still alive or not. He was a Vietnam vet. Uh, but yeah, yeah. Well, I think the death was licking his chops, thinking he was gonna claim the man's life. But it didn't work that way. We helped him out. Some predator Bigfoot dogmen have a skull look like too, but I don't believe that's what this is. Looks demonic. Just saying, yes, like a demonic, a reaper, uh, death reaper. I mean, what else has a skull? What people say that a Wendigo has like a face of a skull, but to me, I think is like saying more demonic because it's the day after the big flood where we saved the man's life that was trapped in the car. It was a brand new Mustang too. Do you have a sense of the size of that being? Well, it looks big there, just the way it's sitting down. If it would have stood up, uh, it was big. That's all I can say. Just kneeling down or the way it's sitting down. I'm not sure how big it would be if it stood up, but it was pissed. Oh yeah. Oh, the man that was trapped in the car. He was a big man. He weighed over 300 pounds. So even if he broke the glass in which he was trying to do, he wasn't going to be able to get out through the window because she wouldn't have fit through the window. The water had he would couldn't open the door because there was too much water. So when we got there, the only thing I could think of, is we use the tires as a floating device, and we just walk them a little bit up, at a time, and that's what we did. We used the tires as a floating device and to lift the car up. I had the front, my nephews and my brother-in-law had the rear, but I lifted the front, and I kept on talking to them, telling them everything was going to be okay, and then of course I started praying. How you doing, Jake? There you go. The cryptic commission said Grim Reaper, hooded robes and everything. Yeah. Somebody says he has an indignant look. He was sitting there with his legs crossed. Indians, how the natives sit with their legs crossed. That's how I was sitting there on the ground. You should have seen the look it had on, like the way he was looking at me, like pissed off. But I started praying. He was mad because he didn't get to claim the soul of Mr. Frank. His name was Frank. Yeah, I mean, you see the other native spirit in the background right there. There's back here. It's kind of like his body is coming out of the ground, but that's the face, and I believe that's a woman, uh, the spirit of a native woman, most likely, and of course the reaper. I want to work on this picture, brothers and sisters, because I see a lot of other things here. Like here, I see something here, like a face. So I really need to work on this picture to see if anything else stands out of it. But for sure, you can see the skull face right here. Jake. Oh, I've seen it. This is what comes with the spiritual gifts. I see the things that other people can't see. It's not that I want to see it; it's they show themselves to me because they know I can see them. So they're not gonna show me a a good look. They're gonna show me the true form, right? I can see the true form. So that would be a true form right there. How it looks, and it said the way it was looking at me, like it was pissed off because I saved that man's life. Well, we saved that man's life. That's the only thing I could think of that's what it was there for, to claim that man that was going to drown. He said that he backed out because he lived right by the park, and the water had risen from the creek. When he was backing up, that a big surge of water came and it took him in his car. He couldn't do nothing about it. The surge took him. So he had been underwater for a while already. He was literally crying, like yelling, help me," Is everything gonna be? And he was saying, "I don't want to die. I don't want to die." The way he would have died is drowned. His nose was sticking up like this, and the water was already right there, trying to go into his nose. So yeah, he was in shock. Just put it that way. The ambulance came and took him. They had to treat him. They had given him some shots. He was in shock, and I just kept on telling him everything's gonna be okay. So I think I mentioned on the show that I have a picture because the guy mentioned about a fire, right, coming out of the woods. I do have a picture of a fire or something but to me, they're orb-like. They can manifest to look like that. I think I have a picture. Let me see if I can find it. Uh, so I think that's a pretty good look at it right there. Let me see. Yeah, I think this is a better look. It makes it look bigger. Let me go find a picture of the thing that seems to be a fire, but it's not a fire. It's spirits. Fire will be red. There will mean it's a something demonic. Or if it's color red, right? Nighttime, it's because that's what it is. Something demonic. It has ability to manifest. Orb like. You see a red orb at nighttime, don't go near it because it's most likely demonic. So what do? You pray. Say the Our Father, or you tie, bind, and rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name. So let me find that picture that I'm talking about so I can share it with y'all. said, I have so many pictures here. It's crazy. Doing for the show. Let me see if I can find it, brother and sisters. I don't, brother Lawrence. Yeah, there's a lot of activity in the picture. I think when I initially seen it, it looked like there was a girl or something sitting on his laps. Looked like a girl, like a little girl. But then when I looked at it, it looked like demonic. You know, when I was, if you really look at the picture and blow it up and look into it, you're gonna see all kinds of activity in there. I'm trying to find a picture with the orb. Ah, here we go. I can always go back to this picture. I hope you all enjoying this. This is a picture that I haven't really shared, because I could never get it to look big enough to be able to, so people could see it. But I said I'm not going to take nothing away from it. I'm just going to place it how it is so people can see what's there. Alrighty. Let me share this old picture that brother Elastic Machinery worked on for me. Maybe you can work on this one also, brother Elastic Machinery. You can work on this one also. See, we can see this figure even better. But let me go to his picture of. I think he sent me a picture or something here. There it is. It's the picture that I shared of the something coming out of the sky. See, me, it looks like even got like red eyes because I did see red on it, but this is the face, and I think he pointed out something here also, something else here, but he put some color to it. But that's he was working on the picture of the skull. Okay, I don't know what y'all think about that. Oh shoot, I'm not even sharing it with y'all. Uh, Let me see if I can do it again. You see it there now. That's the one that's had the one that I first showed. He put some color to it, and you can see the face how it's looking there. See, I think the face even has red eyes on it. You can see the reaper, the face of a reaper, um, right here. And it looked like it got red eyes. So, okay, let me stop that for right now. Yeah. So I'm gonna share with you all now this other picture. Let's see, I can find it. Not this one. Let me get out of here. Oh my God, what happened? Booted me out. I guess they don't like me. There we go. If whoever turned into Paranormal Red Table, they had a guest that he said he would see a fire coming out of the woods and stuff like that. That he could see the fire of the woods. That would hear a woman screaming and stuff like that. Um, I have a picture of what he's talking about, like a fire, but it's not a fire. I believe they're like orbs of the aura of whatever's out there, in which red or like a fire will mean something that's demonic in nature, right? So I got a picture of that I'm going to share with y'all right now. So here you go. I'm going to share this picture. Let me see if it's even big enough to share. There we go. This is at nighttime in Elms Grove. I heard something growling at me. I did not see no light or nothing like that. So when I was standing there, I just took a picture. I didn't have a flash or anything like that. I just snapped a picture. When I got home, that's what the picture had was some kind of energy, right? What you can see the red here is the energy coming off of this. I wish I could make it where I could see the darkness, what's surrounding the darkness. But that's the image that I captured from, when we talk about a fire, right? People talk about a fire of light or a fire coming out of the woods. There you go. That's why when they said the story, I said, well, I got a picture of something like a fire, but it's not a fire, it's energy. Color red is not good. If you see color red, like an orb light at nighttime, get away from it. It's demonic in nature, brothers and sisters. I don't know about. Let me see if I can get that even a closer, right? A closer look at that picture right there. Make it bigger. Let me work on that. See if I can make it bigger. So what do y'all think about that picture, brothers and sisters? That looks like fire, but it's actually like a red orb. But it's a manifestation that I believe there might be two or three uh, demonic entities there. Yeah, I don't see the comments here. There we go. Yes, I believe so too. That is from Elms Grove, and it was nearby that swing set. The swing set where I cast the image of the skull. Well, that was like maybe like 20 feet, 25 feet away from there. That's what I caught. He said there's a lot of activity there in Elms Grove. Oh man, I used holy water so many times there. I will make. I had like make water balloons, right? I would have like a little sack with water balloons that were made. The water was blessed, holy water with natural ingredients like garlic and salt to make it pure. And when I was fighting those dark shadow figures there in Elms Grove, I would see them enter the trees. So when they were enter a tree, I will hit them with a balloon, or I will make a heavenly cross all around the tree, like four crosses around the tree. So whatever went into the tree couldn't come out of the tree. So that's what I would do. I would fight spiritually there. Or if I see movement, like something moving, I would throw one of those water balloons just to see if I could make contact with it. But the water balloon is going to go right through it if it's in spirit form. Good night, cousin Gilbert. All right, let me stop sharing that photo. So he said I was fighting spiritually there in Elms Grove. I had I would always put a heavenly cross on my forehead and pray before I go out there and fight spiritually. I went through every tree in that area, and I would place the heavenly crosses with the holy water. I mean, even even the trees that were bad, that I felt that something was coming out of them. I would do that. Yeah. Or if I would see it standing on the ground somewhere, an image of the shadow figure or whatever stood there, I'll go place a cross right where it stood. Um, if I see it standing inside my home in a certain area where it leave residue, like black goo, I'll clean up the black goo and I'll place a heavenly cross there. So it would reappear in the same spot. The Holy Cross will be there waiting for it. See, that was the purpose of if it came back on the spot that it disappeared, then it was going to be a holy cross waiting for it. So yeah, like I said, I was fighting spiritually at nighttime. At nighttime, I would be wide awake. I wouldn't sleep at nighttime. I was too busy fighting against this uh, DDN shadow figures, whatever you want to call them. I had no choice but to fight because they were coming to my home. For whoever's the head of their household, you got to take care of your household, right? I spent most of the night fighting spiritually. I got a crazy picture here that I showed the other day. Let me find it. Check out this one, y'all. This is what's in the woods. People say like, "Oh, there's nothing out there during the day. It's all just pareidolia. It's the matrixing and all this kind of stuff that people talk about." But when you trust in the Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ, you follow your spiritual senses, and they'll guide you. So let me share this with this this photo with y'all. Let me get to it. Okay. Here we go. Check out this photo. I think somebody was talking about, was it the Fae? Or how they look a certain way. Check out this one. It's during the day. For those that have the eye, they probably already see it. But I'll point it out. It's right here. So let's take a little close up of that. I don't know how closer I can get so y'all can see it. Here we go. Here's a close up of what I'm trying to show y'all. There you go. So what do you think about that? Let me go to the comments. Yeah. What it is, I cannot tell you. All I know is she was, whatever it is, was captured in this picture. It's pretty tall from where it's standing. And this you can see it right here. Black in the face. I think somebody said that it looked like the Tooth Fairy. I think from a movie. And I said, no, it's not her. It's something, definitely something. But there's the face. I'll leave. Guess leave that one up, or no, this one because it's closer. Y'all tell me what you think about that photo. There you go. Jake says right to the left of the white face, Abe, another being. Yes. Dogman-like creature with an outstretched hand. Let's go take a look at it. He's talking about this one right here. Here's a regular photo. One here, and possibly another one here. But this one stands out the most. But yes, something here. See if I can get that closer. I think that's any closer than that. That's a pretty good capture right there. Yes, is very dog cryptic emission. They blend in very well with the environment. How you doing, Wolf Den? I said there's a regular photo right here. And she stands out, whatever it is. There he is. That's how he's looking. Thank you, brother Wolf Den. It's 151. I know there's like 27 people here. It's kind of late, and I don't want to keep people too late up. But I was just sharing some photos. I know it was a long evening. Did like 3 hours or 4 hours of PRT, I think. Then I was just doing this quick live. That's awesome, brother. Good deal. Yeah, it's just the face that freaks me out with this one. The way it looks. There you go. You send me something? Okay, let me take a look at it. back to that. This Facebook is acting weird tonight. There we go. Okay. There we go. There it is. You can still see the skull. Somebody says a witch and two gnomes. There you go, folks. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's late night show. Like I said, I know people need to get rest, and I don't want to keep you up longer than this. Um, I'll work on other pictures, and I'll review some of my footage, some videos, see if I capture anything different in there. I just want to say thank you for those that support the show. I know it's kind of late. Thank you all for uh, supporting the show, subscribing, hitting the like button. I appreciate it. But I'm thinking I'm gonna get me some rest now, brother and sisters. And tomorrow we'll have cousin Jesse on the show. If we can do the show tomorrow. Cryptic Commission said that the Reaper photo will make a badass album cover. You're talking about the face that Elastic Machinery. Which Reaper are you talking about? Cryptic Commission, the one in the sky, or yeah. So I think we had two pictures of two Rippers, which was the one that was sitting down by the swing set, but the one coming from the sky. Let me see. I can find that one. What are you talking about? This one. A lot of activity there. I don't know which one the people like. That one, the updated version of it, or the original. The Facebook, why you keep on putting me out? That one or the original photo, or this one, or the original. Let me see. Go back to y'all. That one or the original. Look at the comments. You're welcome, brother Andres. Good. Yes, I've seen you over there, brother. How you doing? Congratulations on winning some merch. Yeah, it's because that the Reaper has energy to manifest. So yeah, the pictures, because it captured the image of it, so the picture itself has energy for the Reaper. Yeah. But yes, I was fixing to call it a night, brothers and sisters. It's been a long evening. They say I like the original. It shows an aspect my author doesn't quite capture. There will be multiple versions of each photo to see what what each bring out. But tomorrow we'll be live with cousin Jesse. I'll work with some more photos, but I wanted to share that one with you. It's this photo here. Really, nobody's. I've really never shared it before because it's an old photo from a long time ago, and I said, man, nobody's gonna be interested in the photo. You know how people always want to bash on when you capture a photo that they say they'll make fun of the camera that you used, or they'll say something smart ass, right? But since I've been putting good content out there and showing what I captured in the short reels, I said, what the hell? Let me bring out the picture from a long time ago so people could see what's in it. And there it is. It's an old picture. Thank you, Sister Lisa Faye. Yeah, Duke, appreciate you joined tonight. So yeah, the photo I've been having. I have my old account where I was way younger. That I was going through so much that I lost my password and everything that I couldn't get back into the account. Right. So that account still exists, but the reason I was using this cheaper cameras is because every time I would go to take a picture or go and do an investigation, my batteries would blow up out of the camera, or the lenses would crack in the cameras. I even had a good camera, a TNT camera, and it got messed up. So I got tired of my equipment, the lenses cracking, the batteries blowing out of them, because that's how hot and heavy the energy is there in Elms Grove, especially in the woods. And I said, I'm just gonna buy a $25 camera and just take some random pictures. I know the pixels on those cameras were not that good, but I got tired of spending money on camera on a cell phone when the lenses were cracking, or the whole lens would crack, the where you take a picture and the batteries will blow out of it. They just didn't happen to that. It happened to a camcorder. Just the activity there is pretty hot and heavy, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you. And there was one camera I had that I had captured what seemed to be a demon with its mouth open, showing all his teeth right beside me. When I captured that picture, because it was growling, I seen it, but I had to get rid. I got rid not just of the picture. I got rid of the camera itself because I believed I captured the demon within the camera. So I grabbed the camera, or the phone, and I threw it. I threw it into the woods. I threw it away. I didn't see where it landed or nothing. I got rid of it. I had to, because I could feel the dark energies around me and all that. I got rid of the whole phone itself because I captured the image of it where it's looking at me. And it had his mouth open and showed me all his teeth. There was other times where I would capture things and I would get rid of the SIM card, and because the things that were captured were crazy. But I kept this image, you know. Yeah, brother. If you wanna use that picture, man, you're more than welcome. I'll give you permission to use the picture right there. That picture here is it's been with me through a lot of bumps and bruises when I was fighting spiritually in Elms Grove. And I had scratch marks, bruises, bite marks, uh, and scratches on my back, big old bruises on my back where I could hear the footsteps running and I get hit. Yeah, all my stories from Elms Grove are 100% true. I just don't want to put nobody in danger to go and things happen to them, or they get a negative attachment because of that land. I believe that it's the land itself that's there that's cursed. Could be a native curse of some sort. That's why there's so many shapeshifters, skinwalkers that roam that area. But it's all in Central Texas. Yes, a lot of activity. How you doing, Dark Cat? It says, are there any cryptids Del Rio, Texas area? As far as I know, yes. All of along the borders. I've seen, well, I'm not going to say cryptids. I'll say more of DDN because I've seen them when I was younger up in East Texas. I mean, in West Texas, in Lubbock, Texas. I've seen some activity over there when I was a teenager because we used to go work. We lived out on the ranch. I would see a lot of identified flying objects. And of course, when people talk about Bigfoot sightings, out on the ranch we have pine trees. And I will notice these dark shadow figures with red eyes looking at me, uh, standing by those woods, pine woods. They had red eyes looking at me. They were huge. To me, I felt they were demonic in nature, so I would just go into prayer, pray for them not to come any closer to the house. You're welcome, Sister Walks with Bear. But you can see the skull face. I'll talk about that because I witnessed something like this happened to me when I was a teenager. That's a different story for a different time. But is when the light hit it in the face, you could see the skull. Let me see some of the comments here. I think I got a message. You're welcome, Sister Walkers with Bear. Uh, if somebody wants to look deeper into that pic, just be careful because there is a lot of activity there. If you give it different filters, it's going to stand out. There's going to be some wicked things on there. I think one time I got a close look at it, give it a little bit of color. It looked like there was a little girl sitting right in front of them. She looked like wicked. So if you want to take a closer look, I would suggest don't put too much color into the picture. Give it a little bit of color, and you'll be able to see the things that I was seeing in that picture. There's a lot of activity there. Jake says he's seeing a hellhound in this picture now. He said there's a lot of activity in this picture. Yeah, there you go. If check it out. What was the one? Elastic. When you work on the picture, give it a little bit of color because I've done this before. Give it a little bit of color just a little, right? Kind of like if the ultraviolet rays of the sun is hitting it, and you're gonna see that there's a lot more into the picture. If it's a Reaper, means that the Reaper has other souls with it, right? If it's a Reaper, so you're gonna see other images that are there, maybe of souls that is collected, and yeah, there's a lot of activity in this picture. If you really look into it. Yes. Yeah, it is a playground. The the metal frame is of a swing set. They used the swing set. It's um, it goes up. It's the side of the swings. You know, the main frame that holds the swings. That's where that's at. Imagine that kids going to this playground and this freaking Reaper is right there and they don't even know it's there, and the kids go play in that playground. And don't be surprised if you look a lot into this picture that you're gonna see some shifting in the picture also. That every time you look at it, you're gonna find something different. Oh yeah, definitely others with it. Sister walks with the bear. But I hope you all enjoyed tonight's show. I'm fixing to call it a night. Uh, if anybody wants a picture, let me know. Or where if somebody already took a screenshot. This picture, you can find it on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I think I have the picture there. I'm not sure, but I got it off my old profile that I lost my password. Which is an old profile from a long time ago. That image is there. But I just want to say thank you for those that tuned in tonight. I'm a little bit tired now. See y'all tomorrow. I'll be doing a live with cousin Jesse. See what other pictures I'd like to show. Maybe I'll work on that picture. See if I could make it stand out a little bit. Not to give it too much color, just a little bit of color. Oh, Elastic said he sent a picture that he put a little bit of color in there. Okay, let's see. There you go. Let's look at it before we go. Yeah, if you look at it too much, it's gonna it's gonna be shifting in the picture. It's gonna keep on moving. Let me get to uh, wait up. Let me get out of here. There you put a little bit of color in there. Just a little bit of color. Maybe a tiny tad more, but you try to keep it as much as original as possible. Um, but yeah, you're able to see a little, it's the same picture, but you're going to be seeing other things as you give it maybe a tiny more color to it. you're gonna see like a blue. I think you can see the blue there, like energy, like a blue energy, and stuff like that. Uh, yes. Okay. In saying that, again, thank you all for those who came in from Paranormal Roundtable. Hope you like the show there. Um, if somebody knows, what was his name? Can't remember his name. It's got a like a three-letter name. Just tell him that Brother Abe Seals is here for him. Uh, he ever wants to come on and share some of his experiences here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. He's more than welcome. I understand what he's going through because I've been through it. So I'm here to help. In saying that, thank you all, those who tuned in. They came in from PRT. Uh, Tomorrow we'll go live like around 11 here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters and see what we talk about. Yeah, Dip. I'm going to keep him in prayer. He's going through a lot. But, man, I'm telling you, that's why I wanted to talk to I wish I could talk to him one-on-one because what he's going through, that's some uh, heavy shit. Like, all that the negativity that's on him is, got him all disorientated and confused because it wants a stronghold over him, right? But that's why I wish I could talk to him to help him. Like I want to help him. Yeah, Dip. If anybody knows him, tell him send him my way. To Brother Abe Seals. Yes, if you give it a little bit more color, brother and sisters, I'm going to work on that pic so you can see the other things that are in there. There's several things, and it's not good things. Just put it that way. There's more than one. It wasn't by itself. There's more than one things in that picture. It's just you. It's one of the things that you have to see spiritually. Right? Follow your senses, but you got to be careful because that picture shifts. It's kind of like a portal in a sensible way because it was energy, right? This Reaper. So the picture changes constantly. It's different. It looks different. Every time you look at it, you're going to find something different in it. Yeah. Just tell him Brother Abe Seals is here for him. Uh, if he ever wants to talk, I'm here to listen. But in saying that, brothers and sisters, thank you all. Good night, everybody. God bless you and your families. Love, light, and blessings. See y'all tomorrow.